The hardest part was not knowing, what it was going to end up like, because they're filming your life, right? And who knows? Sometimes we say things or do things, or that we don't realize, right? And so it was like watching it back was kind of the hardest part for me.
Hey everybody, happy Pride. I'm Adam, brand marketing director at Queerty, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing model, art curator, Real Housewife of New York City, and Pride 50 honoree, Racquel Chevermont. Thank you so much, Raquel, for sitting down with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited because you were such an instant fan favorite on your first season of
Oh,
RHONY.
was
You were. But that obviously seems to have surprised you. But that's what I want to know is what surprised you the most about just filming reality TV? That was your first time doing anything like that, I assume.
it definitely was. What surprised me most? I guess the one thing that I thought was going to happen that did not happen was that I was going to have like cameras everywhere in my house 24/7. And it was like going to be, I couldn't walk around in anything or, like be like, oh, my normal self, half naked, going to grab something in the middle of the night. No. And so that was kind of a surprise. But then in the end, it was also yeah, I made some good friends. So I wasn't expecting that either. I was kind of the new girl, and so it was great that they were so welcoming.
Were you nervous about anything going in besides cameras everywhere? Did you think is like they're just going to be fighting with me the whole time?
Yeah, I thought, that's what this is all about. I
Yes.
actually had never watched The Real Housewives prior
Oh,
to this. And then when I decided to do it, I then decided, well, let me start watching. I didn't want it to influence me at all. And when I started watching it, I started having like almost panic attacks. And Mel was like, get off, turn it off. You said yes, you signed the contract.
right.
It's too late. So I was expecting, potentially some sort of drama or, someone to come after me for something. But I think there was a little bit of that, but not too much.
What would you say was the hardest part for you overall once you actually did it?
The hardest part was not knowing, what it was going to end up like, because they're filming your life, right? And who knows? Sometimes we say things or do things, or that we don't realize, right? And so it was like watching it back was kind of the hardest part for me, definitely.
Yeah, I never thought about that part of it, but
Yeah.
every week you'd probably be like a new pit and stomach of like, what did I say this time?
What did I say? Or yeah, you would leave a scene, or somewhere where you were being filmed and think, did I say anything? And then, oh, I responded to that, and how is that going to get cut? And then, it's just so because it's not all linear. It's not like taking and
Sure.
they do cut and edit. It was so that was a little bit worrisome, but they were great. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, speaking of, you mentioned your partner Mel.
yeah.
She was as big of a fan favorite, I feel, as you were. Everyone was obsessed with you both.
I
We
think
love
she was
that.
the fan favorite.
Yeah, which is amazing. How was that experience living as a queer couple in front of cameras? How did it affect your relationship in one way or another?
I think it didn't really affect our relationship, but it was fun. It was great to have a partner that was open and, also okay with it because I could see that being like, oh gosh, these cameras and I can't believe you have me doing this and this is but she's so funny and,
Yeah,
and her sense of humor really shone through. And so I'm not surprised the fans loved her. They loved her for the same reasons I love her.
totally. Would you ever want her to become a full-time housewife? Would
Oh
she ever?
God, she would never, never. No, I mean, what she does for a living, it's also kind of she couldn't really be a full-time housewife. That would be crazy. Yeah.
So there's obviously been a lot of rumors surrounding the future of RHONY. Is there
Yeah.
anything that you can tease for us about what to expect or what you would like to see happen? And
I mean, as far as I know, we're coming back. And I don't know what the cast is going to look like. I mean, I think that's something that everyone knows, right? They're casting right now. And So, and I've heard they've got some pretty interesting women. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone's hoping that this coming season will just be fun, more fun than the last. Yeah.
Less, fewer dark moments.
Yes. Yes. Let's put it that way. Yes. Fewer dark
Leave
moments.
it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since we're here celebrating Pride,
Yeah.
first of all, what are your plans for Pride this year? Do you have any?
Oh, yes, I do. So I founded something called the Josie Club with Nina Chanel Abney and her partner, Jet Toomer. And it's a club for queer women of color and older. So like 35 and up. So it's like a social club. And this is going to be the third year that we have a float in the parade. So
Very
I will
cool.
be on a float
That's great.
during actual Pride. And we have a dinner that we're doing at the Edition, and then a lunch. And so there we have a lot going on. Yeah.
I mean, it's New York City's Pride is just incredible. What's your favorite part about
Yes.
celebrating there?
What's my favorite part? So I just love people watching. I just love to be see people out and having fun and enjoying and feeling free. That's what pride is all about, right? Is the freedom to express ourselves however we want. And that's especially the day of the parade, it's like the one day where we can just go all out and, be with our community.
Yeah, 100%. And
Mhm.
now I've
Mhm.
never been to Pride in Puerto Rico, but I've seen photos. It looks incredible. I don't know if you have, but how would you say that compares to Pride in New York?
I haven't been to Pride in Puerto Rico. I actually haven't been to Pride anywhere else but New York. I was almost at Pride in LA and I had to leave literally 2 days before Pride. And I was like, damn it. I thought, and I actually we have a place out there. So uh maybe some year. We're not gonna be able to do it this year either. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
only been to New York.
Well,
Mhm.
there's so many other cities to
I
explore. But
know there
if
are.
you can only do one, New York's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Well, that's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for talking to me today, and congratulations again on being a Pride 50 honoree and everything you do for the community.
Well, thank you so much. This is such an honor. And thanks for chatting with me today.
Thank you. Happy Pride.
Yeah, thanks. Happy Pride.